set up. Apparently I cannot go the other way. So let's see if I can pull the stream up here. So I can see what's going on the channel. Let's wait for some people to get in. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some hot water here. Get this coffee brewing. I'm not fancy, so I just have this, old Anchor measuring cup that I use for my hot water when I do my pour overs. There we are. So now I can see comments. Okay. I think we've got that part figured out. Wait for this to brew up for us. See who is all in here. Not seeing any comments. Go ahead and comment so I can see who's in here. I haven't done a live stream in so long that everything has changed. So this is going to be a learning experience. Should be fun. Hey guys, this is Gorgeous George, by the way. He's beautiful. GHI, double head clown. I got him from Dragon Balls, pun intended. And he's only been with us for 3 months now. He's the one I brought home from the Kalamazoo. If you watched my Kalamazoo Reptile Expo episode, he's the one I got from there. So let's see here. It's not letting me see the live chat. Well, so try to see the live chat because I know I had some viewers that had some questions. Look at this guy. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Can you hang out here for just a minute? Just hang out there for a minute. And yeah, I'm trying to pull up the chat stream here so I could see what if anybody's talking here. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hi, what is it? Is that Russian? Ukrainian? I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that name. The M. How you doing this morning? I suppose I should let you guys know what coffee I'm drinking. So I'm doing a pour over, right? This is Coffee with Snakes. I'm doing a pour over, which I love pour overs because there's so much more caffeine that comes out of it. The flavor's so much better. And I'm just doing this newer, I've been drinking this all week. Stay right there, buddy. I've been drinking this all week. Starbucks Sunsera blend. It's got like it says hints of citrus, which I haven't tasted, but I do taste the toasted almonds it says it has in it. It's a blonde roast, so it's supposed to be lighter, but I always put extra grounds in mine because I love the taste of coffee. Love the taste of coffee. And I'm waiting for this one to get done brewing. Good morning, Fizzy. So glad to see you here. So glad to see you here. You know, I'm working on that episode, and it's a special one, so I'm taking my time with that one. But I think I'm going to do I have a post-shed episode that I'm working on too, or assisted shed episode that I'm working on. Because there's been so many questions and so many different ways that people have gone about that. I just wanted to share the way that I do it. So I got an assisted shed one, and I just ended up at this event last night. A couple friends invited me, and it was like the zoo. I'm going to say it wrong because I said it wrong through the whole video because it was a surprise event. I didn't realize it was going on. So it was Zooluminate over at Potawatomi Zoo in South Bend. And then, man, they had the greatest setups, animals everywhere. They didn't have a lot of snakes, but they did have some interesting ones. They had the emerald tree boa, which is really cool. And the first one I seen was a red-tailed boa. Yep, red-tailed boa was the first one I seen. But what was really cool is they actually had an eastern rattlesnake, right, which is native to Michigan, where we're filming from, where we're coming live from. And so I did a little piece on that because I've been really trying to catch one in the wild. And I'm going to go this summer to, over the summer, I'm trying to go through all through Michigan. And sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm trying to go through all through Michigan and catch all 17 species of snakes. Of course, catch and release, film them, talk about them, show where we found them at. And I think it'll be really cool. We got bull snakes, fox snakes, hognose, milk snakes, rattlesnakes, round snakes. We got snakes, lots of garters. So that should make for a pretty interesting episode. I think I'm gonna call it Pure Michigan. Who else is here? I'm new. Maydam. I can't pronounce your last name on my live stream. I don't think I'm allowed to. But hey, welcome. Welcome to the Den of Misfits. Hey, this is Gorgeous George. If you missed it, it's GHI, ball python, double head clown. And he's just so pretty. He's always relaxed. Like any other snake, he's always just crawling around trying to figure out how to get down. But I love having him around. He's really cool. So is anybody else drinking coffee this morning? What are you drinking? What kind of coffee are you guys drinking? Or you have a Red Bull? Look. Let me pour some more in here. I like to have a lot of coffee in the morning. I think Fizzy can attest to that. When he's in Minnesota, I drink so much coffee. Oh, maybe I should talk about that a little bit, huh? Since some of you are on the feed here. Water for you so far. Well, that wakes the body up too, right? Gets the appetite going. That's what my doctor tells me. He tells me I should drink 16 ounces of water in the morning, first thing in the morning, if I even have coffee to get my appetite moving. But, I do the coffee thing first. But yeah, since some of you in here from that episode or from that trip, maybe we should talk about that a little bit. Because I had a great time. Met some great people out in Minnesota. And that's going to be a really special episode. I think you're going to be really surprised about some of the things you see. And it was really cold. Like the first 3 days we were there, it was really cold. And everybody was just like trying to stay warm. We played bocce ball. We were drinking coffee and, Azara provided, we all kind of threw in on everything. So it was kind of a potluck deal. Everybody kind of threw in a little bit of money and a Zara. I don't know if you want me to call you by your real name on the stream. I'm just going to call you Zara now because I know how you feel about that name. But she went out and bought all the food and like cooked everything. And then Brianna brought some awesome charcuterie. We even thought about that. We had a whiskey tasting. It was great. It was a great time. And we caught a bunch of snakes, found a bunch of snakes, filmed a bunch of snakes, hung out with Dave Kaufman and Bob Bledsoe. That's pretty cool. Who else is in here? Sonia. Yes, let's talk about the trip. Talk about the trip, Sonia. What do you want to say about it? Because some of you watching don't know, but I got Sonia on film holding a snake for the very first time. And it was so funny because Dave just kind of said, here you go. Literally took the snake and was like, here you go. And not realizing that was her first time holding the snake. But I did. And I caught it. So that's going to be on that episode. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I sent you that footage yet. I don't know if I can because the file's pretty big, but I'll try to edit it down to that slot and send it over to you. That way you have it for your own memories. See, Fizzy. Yeah, I agree. We had a lot of fun. It was really cool hanging out with just like the four of us that last night. Like I know Pepper Queen was there, but she tossed in early after we got back from the valley, which was a whole nother thing. I got a whole bunch of footage of that. It's going to be great too. What a lot of you don't know, when you left, we went, Azar took us down into the valley behind the bluff, and it's just beautiful down there. We all should have taken a trip down there, but I'm going to have it on that episode so you'll be able to see it too. You wouldn't believe what was down that bluff. Just that hill from behind where we were staying at in the barn, just down that hill, 45 minutes. But it's like a 5-minute drive down there. So it was beautiful. And I was happy that she shared it with us because we got a special look at, one of the parts of Minnesota that not a lot of people on the trip got to see. And it was really cool because, there wasn't so many of us there. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. There wasn't so many of us there. So it was really cool to connect with the people that were there. Fizzy, you were there with your partner, and Zara was there. So I really got to know you guys that night, which was really cool. I had a great time. It was funny though. I don't know if you guys seen that post. It was funny because we were all sitting around talking about narcissism at one point, and then I politely talked about myself for the rest of the night. That's what I did. Oops. Okay, let's see what we've got going on in the comments here. That's so much fun. Hey, Candy's Critters, welcome. Yes, that was her first time holding a snake. And I think, I don't know if I knew, I think I did know it at the time. Or maybe we talked about it afterwards, Sonia. Because me and Sonia have connected since then. We kind of messaged back and forth. But man, look at this. Okay, so look, this is one of the coolest things I think about George. Come on, turn around here, buddy. Can you show him your dorsal? No, I'm not going to force you. Look at his dorsal. I mean, look at the patterns on this guy. And then he's still got the iridescence of like a normal or a dark morph, leopard. But he's got that. You can't see it on camera, I don't think. But he's just, every time, it's why I call him Gorgeous George. Because I don't have anything like him. I have a lot of snakes, lots, but none that look like a graffiti train car. Only Dave knew it was my first time. That's why he shoved it. So Dave knew. I didn't know that Dave knew. That's interesting. That makes it a little more funny because I didn't think he knew. He was just like, oh, here, hold the snake. And that's funny. Now I'm gonna have to say something. Now I gotta change that clip. Look, Sonia, I'm using Splenda. No sugar in my coffee. If you missed what we're drinking today, it's Sincera Blend. It's a whole bean coffee. You just get it at Walmart or your local grocery store. Come here, buddy. Come on back here. Come on. I know you want to go explore. Okay, how about this? How about, I need to set you down here for a minute. I'm going to check out the table. See if he wants to get on the table here and move some of this stuff. I just need a free hand to stir this coffee. Ghost, what is up, my friend? What is up, my friend? I keep forgetting what screen I'm supposed to look at. So this is our first live stream. I'll get all this stuff figured out. Where everything's supposed to be set and everything. I tried to go live a minute ago. That's why we're a little late. I tried to go live, and it's been so long since I've had a podcast and I've done a live stream that I had the camera turned the wrong way. So it was like, it wouldn't let me. And I'm just off the gimbal today. So it's kind of restrictive. But I have you guys, I have the chats pulled up here. So if you see me looking over here and talking to you, just because, yeah, I'm confusing myself. That's what's happening. Okay, so the coffee. Let's get back to that. I'll show you the packaging. Now I've been drinking this all week because I want to know what I was talking about when I was telling you guys about it. And it says it has hints of citrus in it, which I don't taste at all. But the almond is definitely there. It's good blonde blend. I like the whole bean pour over because it gives it more flavor. But the funny thing about when I do the pour overs is I get my hot water from my Keurig. So now my Keurig is just my hot water supplier. Let's see. Make me a cup, please. I just got done brewing mine. I brewed it here, so I was waiting for people to get on. I thought, well, I'll just brew the coffee. So this is my first cup of coffee this morning. Literally, my first cup. Let's see. Is Bob's live stream on Tuesday this week? Not on Thursday? Okay, well, I have to be sure to join in. I have to set an alarm for that. I get so many notifications from YouTube now. It's hard to keep up. Everyone smash the like button. Yeah, subscribe. Hit the like button. Thanks for reminding me to be a good content creator. Candy's Critters. Make sure you subscribe. We're gonna do this every week. I'm gonna try to do this every week. I'm gonna make it work every week. And we're gonna feature a new snake every week, maybe a couple. Depends on how long the live streams are gonna go. I'm thinking, an hour, 45 minutes. We'll just see how it goes. Who do I have here? Oh, this is Gorgeous George. For you that have been here for a while, we're gonna keep doing this. This is Gorgeous George. He's my GHI double head clown that I just got from Dragon Balls on the Kalamazoo episode. Right at the end when I'm like, look, I got a new snake. That's him. Yep, that's him. And he's actually featured in the first short I tried to do for this channel. Again, long time since I've been on a podcast or anything, a channel going live like this. And I didn't know that you couldn't. So back when I had my first podcast, they didn't have shorts. YouTube didn't have yet. I know I'm dating myself here, but we didn't have shorts. So when I tried to do the first short, it was like landscape mode. So it ended up being a video. Candy's Critters called me out on it. Said, this is not a short. But I learned. So you see I got tons of shorts up now. I mean, for being such a new channel, got a lot of action going on, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I got this guy from the Kalamazoo Expo, Dragon Balls, and from Joe Keb. And he's beautiful, man. I mean, GHI, for those of you who don't know, that stands for Gotta Have It. We make funny names for snake morphs, but you can see why they named it that. It's like graffiti on a train car. And he's such a relaxed guy. I mean, look. He's such a relaxed guy. I've been working with him for a few weeks now, so. He was a tub snake, I believe, because he was a little shy and a little tense when I first got him. But, thanks to the knowledge of socializing snakes, he's nice and friendly now, and he's, not head shy. He's a really nice guy. I'm sorry, let me get back here. Yes, I think I answered that, Candy's Critters. We are going to be doing every week, at least this one. We're going to see how this goes, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good theme, right? Coffee with snakes. I love coffee. I love snakes. I think everybody loves coffee a little bit. So yeah, I think we're going to do this every week at 9 a.m. on Sundays, 9 a.m. Eastern. So hopefully once we get to 500 subscribers, we can really start doing some neat things in the den. Right now, we're just doing cool stuff and going on adventures, and I film it all the time. For those of you that weren't here earlier, last night I just went on a whim. Some friends of mine who own the pet store, Pittsburgh. Can you see that? So if you hear me talk about my local exotic pet store, this is them. Great people. I've gotten a lot of my snakes from them. Always great, healthy snakes that I get from them. And I go in there and I want to say I work with their snakes, but I go in there and I mess with them. I put my hand in the cage. I let them bite me sometimes. I want to get them socialized so they can make better pets, basically. They don't like it at first, but eventually they seem to come around. So, plus I get to play with snakes, and they let me come in and play with the snakes. So, great gig for me. But anyways, so they invited me to this thing, and apparently everybody in my community knew what was going on except for me. And all my kids were gone, and they're gonna kill me when they find out I went. Shh, don't tell them. They don't watch my channel, so hopefully they won't find out. But they invited me to Potawatomi Zoo in South Bend for Zoolumination. Zooluminate. Just so you know, in that episode, I say the name wrong a lot. Went to Zooluminate, and it was really cool. They had some really cool setups there. And I posted a picture. So they had a bunch of, like, I don't know what they were made out of, but they were like these really neat statues. And they were animated, like the wings on the bees would move and stuff. And it lit up at night. And they had like the Chinese horoscope thing laid out there. Said that they had the snake and the monkey and all that stuff. And so I ended up going there with them. And of course I went in and filmed the snakes they had, right? And a lot of the other animals there too. But it was, what are you doing back there? Are you just, okay. Anyways, they had, I went and seen the snakes, and they lit this whole thing up. And there's like this whole aisle of Chinese lanterns, and it was beautiful. It's beautiful. I can't wait to get the episode together. Drinking Monster Grape. Out of all people, you should know better. I'm not here to judge. I used to drink Monsters too. I probably still would if they weren't packed with so much sugar. Yeah. So if you know how to go live in portrait mode, tell me. Because I tried to switch the orientation and it wouldn't do it. It was like, no, you're locked. You have to go in this mode. It's sugar free. They do have a line of sugar free, don't they? Yeah. So you guys, I'm also working on an assisted shed video because I want to talk about assisted shedding, because you know what happens, especially the newer ball python owners, and that maybe you can't get your humidity right because of where you live, and you have to help your snake shed sometimes. And there's a lot of different opinions out there, and I'm not going to really talk about the ones that are wrong, but I'm going to just suggest the way that I do it. And I'd love to tell you here, but that would ruin the episode, wouldn't it? Hey Sonia, how are your new capes doing? How are your house snakes doing? Do you have everything ordered? I was looking at your text messages, but I've been really busy the last couple of days. I was sick, so I'm kind of interested because I'm jealous. I don't have any house snakes. Press with everyone that does live streams. Yeah, I've never been stage fright. A lot of you probably don't know, I used to be a musician, and I used to own a music studio back in the early 2000s. And so we actually toured a little bit, and we did shows like every weekend, went out of town. We opened for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. We broke the radio in all of our area. Well, with my buddy Sin and Crook. Okay, I'll say that first, because if they're gonna watch this, they're gonna be like, no, because they are. They're the original guys who really got that music scene going in this area. So big shout out to Sin and Crook. But yeah, so I've never been shy. When I was a kid, so my mom's kind of zany. I hope she's watching. So we used to walk through the mall, our local mall, and she would make us do the monkey walk, if you guys remember that. You guys remember the monkey walk? Is it the monkey walk? Yeah, the monkey walk. In the middle of the mall. Like me, her, and my two sisters. So we've never been a shy family. We're not bashful at all. Gotta put your gauge together. Today-ish, tomorrow. They should be arriving this Thursday. Nice. And so did you decide to go bioactive, Sonia? Is that what you decided to go with, or? Because I want to see some pictures. I'm really interested, because I think I think one of my next purchases are going to be some house snakes because they look really interesting. I really like to have some different. I got a milk snake and a bunch of pythons. I'm really jealous of Ghost. Ghost has a green tree python. Am I right, Ghost? Green tree python. And he's been working with it for a while, and he's doing really great. I've been watching, man. I've been keeping up. I've been listening to what's going on through the Patreon and all that. So, I hope everything's really working out for the better for you, man. Because that is one awesome looking snake. And the setup you guys he has for this thing, temperature control rain basin, that's awesome. Let's see what we got here. Put you guys in. Garrett, yeah, that good place to get information from. Yeah, everybody kind of does their bioactives differently. I'm a gardener too, so we grow plants. We actually grow all the plants that are in my enclosures, which you'll see throughout my episodes and probably live streams. All those plants we grow in-house. We put them in bioactive soil, so they're ready for reptiles, they're ready for bioactives. They're safe. There's no fertilizers in them. It's all natural, all organic. Including we put myco and all that stuff in there. So, and of course our isopods and our springtails. But yeah, we do all that, and so everybody does their bioactives differently. And the way mine are set up is, I think, it's pretty typical. I think my soil mixture is probably a little different than what most people's are, because I do use a little bit of Repta soil with some top. Some forest floor, cypress mulch, sometimes some Repta chip, and then I like to put peat moss in there too, because that holds moisture a lot better for my bioactives. When you put things like peat moss and cypress mulch in your soil, it's going to hold your moisture a lot better, because that's what we use, like when in your garden, when you want to keep something watered or you want to keep them roots wet during a dry season. That's what you pack it with. When you plant something like a Chinese maple, they want you to pack it with moss or cypress mulch, and that way it retains the moisture. So that's why I mix that right into my soil, and then I put the cypress mulch, I'll sprinkle that right across the top to create that forest floor. But then I get my own sticks. I do buy corks, but I get my own sticks. I make them, I cook them, I wash them, I disinfect them, my own leaves. I do all that, and it's working out really well. I haven't had any problems, no mold or anything. Let's see, you guys are going away here. What are we talking about? No Wakanda and a corn. What do you say just for? Those are great snakes to own. That's what I'm looking for, is to get some smaller, some colubrids. So don't say just. I'm just picking on you. Yeah. When I was a kid, we used to play with isopods too. We called them roly-polies. I had no idea the role they played in nature. It was amazing to find out years later, And then the different colors you can get. I got crazy ones. I got bumblebees. I got rubber duckies. I got just plain dairy cows, lavas, orange crush, all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Which huge rescue? The one that you talking about? The one that Bob did the whole episode on? Because that'd be awesome. I mean, housing any rescue snake is awesome. Housing any rescue animal is awesome. Aside from my snakes, we have furry animals. They're all rescues. My country, roly-polies are everywhere. Right, roly-polies. Yeah, I have a house full. And that's why I run the channel now. That, and I think it's fun. I like to go on adventures. So that's the episodes I do. I do some filming from in here, but it seems to be the way I'm going is I'm going to visit places. So, like I was talking about earlier, I'm gonna do a Working Up Here in Michigan episode, which I think is gonna take a few months because I gotta catch 17 species of snakes that are native in Michigan and film them and talk about them. And one of them is the eastern rattlesnake, which would be interesting to film. I don't know if I'm gonna catch that one, but I'll get him on film for sure. But I'm gonna go up to. I was trying to go up to Petoskey State Park last night. I was gonna go up there and camp, or no, tonight. I was gonna go up there and camp, just throw the hammock up, and get up in the morning, kind of go around look for snakes. It's supposed to really warm up tomorrow, and check out the scenery. Probably get some Petoskey stones. So stuff like that, I want to do stuff like that. I got the Everlow Foundation. I'm trying to work something out with them so we can see. There's my. You guys hear that beat? That's my pump. Good, Candy. I'm so glad. Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry you knew your head was there. I'm sorry. All right. I'm so glad. So glad you're getting one of those snakes, at least one of them, because they really need it. I know everybody really donated to make that happen. And it was super cool for Bob to give that public shout out and give out that information for everybody to donate to. That was really, really cool of him. Really cool. Let me see. Ghost, man, I would love for you to join me on a herping trip. I was really trying to work out so you come to Minnesota with us. I know things happen. It's fine. But I look back on the Discord that we're on our message feed on Discord to see if you had said anything new, because I told you I'm not good with Discord, man. I forget to check it. Matter of fact, you're probably the only reason I go to Discord is to see what, if you had sent me a message or what's going on with you. So, I don't have a lot of time to spend in the feeds like that. So, yeah, but I come check on you, man, because I'm excited. I think we should link up. And I'm really, really sorry you missed that adventure, but between me and Azura and Dave and Bob, like, you're gonna see the whole trip for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm always gonna pull for my people, man. It was like when we went on this adventure, right? Like, I know a lot of people don't go places alone, and some people shut up there alone that aren't comfortable in situations like that. And I did. I was one of the ones that shut up alone. I wasn't uncomfortable, but I didn't know exactly how I was going to go. And it turned out really cool because, like, we all kind of were forced to hang out for like the first couple nights because it was so cold. I wouldn't say forced to hang out. That's probably the wrong way to put that. But we had an opportunity to really get to know each other, and that was cool because I've been talking to a lot of those people on Patreon, and then to put real names and faces with everybody, so it made it even more memorable. And now, like, I talk to Red Sonja on a regular basis. Ghost, we talk on a regular basis, even though you weren't at that herping trip. So just through that channel, Green Room Pythons, by the way, is where a lot of these people, some of these people on this feed have come from. Just the way, and I told Bob, I was like, it's amazing the way that your channel has brought so many people together. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. I really do. And I hope to meet more of you because I'll be at the next herping trip next year too. Sounds like somebody's here at my house. Yep, my family's home.
Someone is at your house. Your own.
You guys want to meet my son, Caleb? Caleb, come here and say hi to our YouTube subscribers.
Hold up.
He's not a snake.
Let me get changed for the graduation that's going on.
All right. Yeah, I have a graduation to go to today. So we're probably going to have to cut this live stream a little short. But that's fine. What do we got going on here? I'm not ready to go yet. In Georgia, can travel. Hey, Kevin. Oh, that's funny. Happy graduation. Yeah, it's my nephew is graduating today, and so we're gonna travel over to Notre Dame, um, over to the Golden Dome over there. I know it's a big deal to a lot of people across the country, but when you've lived by it your whole life, it's just like, yep, it's another building. But yeah, we're gonna go over there. He's got a big graduation celebration going on, so get to watch him walk, and I think everybody's going to dinner or something like that. So that'll be a pretty cool day. I'm in Michigan. I'm in Southwest Michigan, to be exact. So I'm right by the Indiana border, but not in Indiana. I was born and raised in Indiana, and I'll just say I don't ever want to live there again. It's about as polite as I'll be. I love Michigan. It's a lot more interesting. We have a lot of glacial, what do you call that? Been a lot of glacier activity up here. So a lot of the lakes and stuff, and there's like huge rock deposits. You know, the bluffs start coming in when you get up north and you get up into UP. It's just a lot more scenic up here. A lot more cool stuff. No, not Portage. No, not in Indiana. I'm not in Michigan. Or I'm in Michigan. Somebody told me I shouldn't say on my live stream exactly what city I'm in. But I'll tell you this, I'm in Southwest Michigan. I'm really close to Silver Beach, Lake Michigan, biggest lake in the country. You let me get a drink of coffee? Let's see. If you guys see, I don't know if you can see this. Let me look, because Dorothy's right behind. Oh, she's not awake when I got to mess with her. So this is Mary Jane's enclosure here. And I got her a lower enclosure because she has a problem, because she's a spider. And if she climbs too high, she gets twisted upside down and she falls off of things. So I want to give her a shorter tank to keep her safe. But that's Mary Jane. And then down at the bottom is Mojo. You guys can't even see Mojo's. He's my Mojave Fire Clown. We'll feature him next week. And then up top is Dewey, which is one of my sweetest snakes too. She's a bumblebee. She's pretty awesome too. Used to be a truck driver. That's cool. My wife delivers for Amazon. Not exactly a truck driver, but everybody loves it when she shows up. I know I love it when Amazon. Well, most of the time, I like when the Amazon truck shows up. Okay, we got here. Where does everyone live? I'm in Austin, Texas. So Candy, you're in Texas. Ghost, you're near Fort Wayne. I knew that. Fizzy. So 3 people from Indiana in here. I'm not in Indiana, but I'm from Indiana. Yeah, the grow tent. So I had heard about people using, I'm just catching up on some of this. I had heard about people using grow tents to keep their snakes before that. I thought that's interesting because grow tents in Michigan are a dime a dozen. I mean, there's cannabis shops everywhere. So, and grow shops everywhere. So I thought about that. I mean, I've got my PVCs and I don't have a situation where I need to keep a snake like that. But I thought that was an interesting concept. It really makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Yeah, I think a lot of us are addicted to Amazon. A lot of us are addicted to Amazon. Oh, speaking of Amazon, did you end up going with those thermostats, or what kind of thermostats did you end up going with? Another ones that I found work really great. They're a lot cheaper than most of the thermostat setups that I've seen that have something to say Repta on it. They're Wi-Fi enabled, and they're both, you know, hydrometer and a thermostat. So My PVCs, somebody was just asking me the other day, my PVCs, I have a dehumidifier set up because my PVCs hold moisture so well that I have to have a fan. So when it gets too high, it kicks on and clears some of the moisture out. It is a pretty impressive way to get set up. I agree. Oh, yeah, because you're getting the snakes from Gary. Gary. She said snacks, but she meant snakes. You want to say hi to you guys want to meet Caleb? Meet Caleb? He's my third oldest son. Third oldest? Is that how you say that?
Oh, you could say your number 2.
There's Devin, Jacob, Caleb,
Well, I guess
Blake,
number 3.
and then Lyric.
Well, I guess
Which is my daughter.
you're number 3.
Snake snacks. Are you getting snakes or snake snacks? Are you buying rats from?
Are you getting?
You're getting your snakes, right? You're getting your snakes from Garrett.
Are you
I think I remember you telling me that.
Snakes. Huh? What, you eating your snakes?
You get a humidor that changes temps from day to night. You can. So there's that system that Bob was talking about. Pop in and say hi real quick.
What up?
This is Caleb. He got all dressed up for the graduation. I'm gonna go get my suit on here in a little bit when we're done.
They told me to look nice, so I threw on this thing.
We have a whole 4 hours before I have to be there, but he's ready to go.
Mom left some.
All right, let's get back here.
Tie those up and messed up. I just found out. I don't know how I did.
Thank you. But he takes after somebody.
What up?
He is handsome, but he takes after somebody.
I just found out this thing's got in your pockets. What the heck is wrong with me?
Everybody saying hi. Noise.
What up, everyone?
Caleb's a big YouTube fan, but he doesn't watch my channel.
Oh, hush, I do.
She said, you're hot. You ready to go, man?
I am ready to go. Thing is, though, this undershirt's got me in a chokehold.
So, Caleb, what is your favorite? Who is your favorite snake that we own?
My favorite snake? I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna go with Mary Jane.
Why do you like Mary Jane so much?
Well, I'm mainly into like the big snakes because if you think about it, like imagine walking around your house with it acting like a scarf, you know? And it's kind of cool to hold more of the bigger snakes because they probably do a lot. And the spider gene's really interesting. Like imagine, like say you take your snakes out in public, you just got this thing upside down under your arm while you're walking through. Like, oh, what's up, everyone?
We don't take our snakes in public. I don't generally do that.
Unfortunately, he doesn't.
No, I do that. I don't do that. Not for any particular reason. I don't see a reason for it. I don't want to stress my snake out.
He'll be talking about me behind my back. You talk about me behind my back?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, you gotta go now.
Your own son.
I'm gonna get snitched out here.
Later, everyone.
Thanks for welcoming him on here. He's really interested in everything that's going on. He's in one of the shorts too, and he actually has filmed quite a bit of footage for him at the expos. Mary Jane is hilarious. She's good for some pretty funny shorts. Yes, Candy. It stresses them out. That's why I don't take them out in public. That part. It's not that I don't want to show people my snakes or that I'm not proud of them, but you know, it's not about me, right? It's not about us. When you're a snake keeper, it's not about us. It's a little bit about us. But you know, we want to have nice, healthy, socialized snakes that aren't scared. So the only thing I do with mine outside is I'll take them out for walks in the yard. That's about it. And we don't use anything in our yard. Everything is natural. Matter of fact, we don't even mow for the first 2 months of summer. We let everything seed and all the pollinators do what they do. So, yeah. So my snakes are nice to stay from my yard. Yeah, I know that I'm not saying anything bad about anybody who does that because there's some really great programs now that are implementing reptiles for oh, what is it called? Like so they take them to people with mental health problems or retirement homes and let them bond with the, like, you know, they used to take just like dogs, but now we're taking snakes and bearded dragons and stuff like that. And that's really awesome because that means that the overall opinion may be changing about reptiles, which I think is awesome. At Day Camp Tuesday. Yeah, he's in shed. I don't know. You have to let me know how that goes. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Sonia's setup looks like. Hope you keep me updated on that. That's gonna be awesome. All right. You must have a great husband. He's fixing you coffee. So what is cornflake? So tell me, what is cornflake and what kind of snake is cornflake? Are they pythons? Are they, what kind of snake is pork chop? I love the names. Pork chop and cornflake. That's funny. Yeah. You know, when I let my snakes outside, especially first thing in the spring when it's like the first few warm days and there's all these pretty flowers, like the spring flowers, it's really cool to get pictures of them like that too. Just a heads up. And then another thing I'll do is instead of like trying to get the perfect snapshot, I'll just film and then screenshot from there because you have to get pretty cool angles that way. You gotta pull out the, you can pull out the python, you can pull out the tree python. That'd be super cool. I'm so jealous. Like when I figured out you had one of those, so I've been trying to get one, but I haven't decided if I, because I really want a Hog Island boa too, like a real, not a 75, like a real Hog Island boa. And I don't know if I can actually achieve that or not. But then I also want some house snakes, so I'm having trouble deciding. And we're doing a lot here right now, so I'm not gonna buy any snakes for a while. I've got enough for now, I think. I don't know what enough is. You know, for a snake keeper, it's never enough. Oh, they're corn snakes. Awesome. I love corn snakes. I need to get some more colubrids, man. Like I've got an albino milk snake. His name's Galileo, and I don't mess with him a lot. He likes to hide a lot, and he eats right out of my hand sometimes, and out of my wife's hand sometimes. But I don't pull him out a lot, uh, and I don't know why. He's such a cool snake. He really is. But I've been looking at a Lavender Brooks king snake they got down at Pittsburgh. And they've had her down there for a while, and she's just beautiful. If you guys have never seen one, look one of those up. She's beautiful. I'll try to get a picture and post it on our YouTube channel in our post. What we got here? Pastel Hurricane Spot Nose Leopard Clown. That's a beautiful snake. For sure. Yeah, I love the things that Bob does too. But like it's a little weird, okay? Because hear me out. We've had these plant stands for a long time. Okay. For my wife got them for Mother's Day. My daughter-in-law bought them for her. And then I don't want to do the same things that Bob's doing, right? Because that's cheesy. I think Zoom meetings would be cool, but I think Zoom meetings would be cool so I can see everybody's snakes. And I'm gonna get the Patreon up and running too, so you guys can show me your snakes there too. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna try to, create some different things like coffee with snakes. That's pretty cool. Um, I'm not exactly sure about Zoom meetings yet. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done a podcast or even had a channel. So I'm learning all this new stuff. Thanks to people like you, Candy, who point out that I'm supposed to run the camera the other way for shorts and the other way for live streams. Why don't you just come over here and be my director? Right? Where did you live again? Yep, exactly. But I don't want to do that because if there is anyone to copycat, it would be Bob, right? But I don't want to copycat Bob because that's offensive, you know. And I'd rather work with these guys than work against them or it seem like I'm trying to be a competition, which I'm nowhere near. I don't know why I would even think I would be competition to them. But we've met. I've been a Patreon supporter for a while, and actually I have two accounts on the Patreon, one for my personal and one for Earthbound Misfits because he lets me post on there. So I only think it's right that our channel supports his channel too because he lets me post my shorts and stuff on there. So, and he didn't ask me to do that. I just feel like that was the right thing to do. I mean, there's so many of you here from that Patreon that I'm just grateful that I think we're all grateful we found Bob. Yeah, Patreon or Discord. Yeah, we met on Discord. You're right. We met. I think it's where we met was on Discord. Or am I not reading the comments right? Maybe I'm not caught up right. Yeah, you gotta post a pic of that snake ghost. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Yep, of Geneva. Right. Yeah, I appreciate that. And so does Bob, I'm sure. I'm sure. But they're doing a lot of neat things. And I'm gonna do a lot of neat things. And I think that'll make my channel different, from what they're doing. Plus, I'm not like going to Africa and yet. I don't know. Maybe if we have everybody subscribe and we can monetize the channel, then I can go do stuff like that. There you go. Did you show up for coffee? Are you with us now? Yeah, post her on Patreon real quick. I'll go over and check that out after we're all done here. So back to what you were saying, Candy. Yeah, and I appreciate you supporting my channel. I didn't know how well it was going to do, but I've gotten a lot of compliments that it seems to be a pretty serious channel already, and so I'm really picky. I am a very creative person. I'm very picky about what I put out. My first two episodes were kind of rushed because I made the announcement we were working on an episode and we lost the footage, and it was like 3 weeks before I could get the other one up. So I just kind of threw it all together and hadn't really gotten to the point where I was really comfortable being back on camera with YouTube yet. But every episode seems to get better. So I figure if I keep going that direction, I can't lose. And everybody be happy to come and hang out with me. Right? There's something about that first sip of coffee. My wife always says that. She says she has to get up, have that first sip of coffee before she can breathe right in the morning. We're in our 40s, so. Anyways, well, we're almost at an hour, so we'll go about another 5 minutes here, but I think George is ready to go back to his enclosure. and I have a graduation to get to. So, is there any questions that you guys have for me while we're here? Maybe about, you know, some of the things that I've been talking about on YouTube or on you know, our social medias or anything like that. I don't. Seems like there were some things I was supposed to address while we were here today. I should start taking notes and writing these things down. Huh? Oh, I never finished. Right, right. So, oh, I can't remember what it's called. But if you, Bob was just talking about this new system that they've got out and, or they're coming out with. I think you, what is it called when you, Kickstarter. They got a Kickstarter going. And I don't know how far they are on that yet, but he was showing a system where it does that. It adjusts the heat overnight and throughout the day. So when it's daytime, it'll be warmer, and nighttime, it's cooler. Um, I don't know of anything that does that as of yet, but I imagine through a series of things, you could probably achieve that. But I can't recommend a product that I know that does that. For, you know, I have mainly ball pythons, so I pretty much keep their heat gradient through their enclosure. You know, I'm 80, 82 on the hot side, about 76, 77 on the cool side, and then they have, especially my PVCs, I have shelves, so it's even better for them in there. But you know, I just kind of let them self-regulate the temperature that way, like most of his keepers do. And I'll try to, you know what? So when we get done here, I'll take a moment, go over and find the link for that. And I'll post it. I'll post it in the description. I think I posted in the description on this. So maybe you can come back here in a little while and that link will be there. You can go check it out because it looks really interesting. I was talking to them about maybe getting some here, but I don't know what happened in that conversation. And I don't know what you guys use it for heat, but in these enclosures I use ceramic overhead, and in my PVCs I have radiant 80-watt radiant heat panels, and they're 4x2x2s. 80-watt radiant heat panel for a 4x2x2 is about what you need. Yeah, you can do that. You know, always be aware of how much electricity you're putting on anything. I don't know what, you know, wattage and all that stuff is. Um, I'm a contractor by day. Other than this, I'm a contractor, so I always worry about stuff like that. Yeah, I know for we have a redfoot tortoise named Muffin, which you guys are gonna meet soon. And yeah, Muffin, greatest name for a tortoise ever. And he's a baby redfoot tortoise. So during the day he has his UV lights on, which is also like a heat emitter, and then at night he switched over to just a CHE. So he's got a couple UV lights. With one's got a heat emitter, and then the other one is just the CHE that we keep on at night on one side of the tank at. I think we only keep that at 76 at night. So just in case it gets a little chilly here because we live in Michigan. So yeah, we kind of do that with our tortoise. So okay. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up the live stream this week. I think we did good for our first one. I think this went well. I think it went well enough that I'm confident that I'm going to be back next week. We're going to do another one, and a week after that, and a week after that. Hopefully, we get more and more people to join us, you know. So I really appreciate you guys being here this morning, being with me, giving me somebody to talk to. You know, coffee makes us talkative. And George appreciates it too. Gorgeous George. Let's see if we can get a good. He's a beautiful, beautiful boy. And next week we'll bring somebody else up, and yeah, we'll bring out some more snakes next week. I'll bring different snakes. My plan was to bring a different snake every week. So if we get a couple out, we're doing good. That'd be a good stream. That means things are going really, really well. So Thank you guys so much. Yeah, you don't know how much it means to me. You know how much it means to us, to my snakes, and to what we're trying to accomplish here. So I really appreciate you guys. A lot of love, big love, and I guess until next time, stay wild, keep your feet on the ground. If I can figure out how to turn this off.